Ayan. So, those are the problems, no, na na-e-encounter natin especially in the Philippine setting. Now, ito yung something that I would like to introduce for you today. We can still improve yung mga problema na yun, no? We can still improve that. Hindi pa huli ang lahat. Even if we may say that it's already part of our culture, we can still improve it. Kaya dito natin i-introduce yung human-centered design. Pwede pa nating i-redesign yun. Okay? Now, ang human-centered design or HCD, this is an approach to solve problems. Okay? But we have to start with the deep understanding of the people. Okay? Doon tayo magsisimula. Doon sa tao. At sino itong mga tao na to? These are the ones who will use the process, who will implement the process, who will be affected by the solution. Okay? Before tayo pupunta dun sa solution. Now, very simple concept lang. Let's start with the people. Ayan. We start with the people kung kanino ba natin i-design yung work process. We make new solutions suited to their needs. Not the needs of the management, di ba? Not the needs of the boss. Not the needs of the targets. Ito yung nagiging problem pa natin, no? Yung process kasi natin is based on targets. That's why we see people only as numbers. No, but we design based on the needs of the people. Okay? Ayan. And usually, ang human-centered design, meron siyang three lenses. Okay? Usually kasi ang ginagawa natin is nagfo-focus lang tayo sa isa. But the concept of human-centered design, we should focus on these three, which are the desirability, the feasibility, and the viability. Okay? Now let's start with desirability. Now, we have to ask ourselves, if we redesign itong mga work process na to, gusto pa talaga to ng mga tao? Di ba? Ito ba ang kailangan nila? When we ask them, di ba? Kasi dapat nga tinatanong natin ang tao, no? Yung kliyente at yung mga frontliners or employees that will implement the design. We should always ask them, does it make their lives easier? No? Does it make their lives easier? Usually kasi ang tinatanong lang natin, it should comply. No? Does it comply to the targets set by the management? No. No? That is only one area. But it should be desirable sa ating clients and employees and making sure na papadali ang kanilang araw. No? Ayan. Second naman is feasibility. Let's say I will redesign a work process. No? Can we implement this? No? Kaya bang gawin to ng organization? No? Can we actually build itong process na to? Can we actually run itong process na to? Given with the people we have, the budget we have, the technology or any types of resources we have. Hindi lang siya, kumbaga hindi lang siya panaginip or ideal. It should be, I'm sorry, hindi lang siya panaginip or wish, it should be ideal na pwede nating i-implement. Okay? And third naman na lens natin sa human-centered design is yung viability. Does it make sense for the organization? No. Does it make sense for us to apply this? Is it sustainable? Dapat kasi once we redesign ang work process, it should be for the long run. Hindi lang po ito yung i-implement natin once, sa tingin natin maayos na yung problema pag in-implement natin, pero once na nakita na natin na ayos yung problema, tanggalin na natin, babalik na tayo sa lumang sistema. No, hindi po ganun yun. It should be for a long run. It's not a one-time fix. And it is something that we should think, no? Once we redesign our work process. Dapat itong tatlo present. Not only one, not only two, but these three lenses should be present. No? Ayan. So, ito yung magiging guidelines natin, no? Lalo na ito dapat ang alam ng management, no? Once they redesign ang ating mga work processes. The process exists to serve the person. Okay? Not the person does not exist. Ito, sorry. Ulitin ko. The process exists to serve the person and the person does not exist to comply with the process. No? O, nakaka-relate na ba kayo dito? Kasi usually, in our organizations, we are only focusing to the second half. The person exists to comply with the process. But again, I would like to reiterate, the process exists to serve the the person. Okay? And yan naman ang concept ng human-centered design. Okay? Alright. And I believe naman it is obvious, no? Obvious naman na ganito dapat nangyayari. Well, in reality, ito nga ba talaga ang nangyayari? Ano ba nangyayari sa reality? Let's say the management has noticed a problem. No? Gagawa sila ng solution. Magsa-strategize sila, magsa-strategic meeting sila sa Boracay. Alam niyo ba, siguro ito lang naman medyo OA na example pero it happens. Tara, punta tayo sa Boracay, lahat ng heads, doon tayo mag-strategic planning. Ayan. O yung mga frontliners, mga employees, maiwan kayo dyan sa organization nyo. Sa organization natin para tumakbo pa rin ang business. Mga boss, tara sa Boracay, doon tayo mag-strategic planning. No? Imagine that. Nagsa-strategic planning sila doon. Do they have the experience, di ba, na-experience ng mga tao na magbe-benefit doon sa change in process or the redesign process? No, iniwan nila eh. Iniwan nila yung clients, iniwan nila yung mga empleyado doon sa organization. Sila lang yung nag-iisip. Do you think they would create a good redesign of the process? Definitely not. No? Iba yung kanilang perception eh, di ba? They see the process from a vantage point, no? Hindi nila nakikita kung ano ba talaga ang nangyayari doon sa process itself. Sino ba yung nakaka-experience? Sino ba yung nakaka-receive ng stress? At ano ba yung nagiging problem? And that is not human-centered, no? Anong nangyayari po doon? That is compliance-centered na po. They are redesigning the process to meet yung targets set by the company. Kita nyo na yung difference? Ayan. Kunyari lang, di ba? Sila yung nagsa-strategize. O ito yung dapat mangyari. Well, in fact, they are just complying. And that is